Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna bake. And spoiler alert, I'm not that good at baking. But these recipes are easy, so if I can do them, you can do them too. First thing we're gonna make are apple donuts. And here you can see all the ingredients. And we're gonna start by slicing the apple into pieces and then cutting a hole in the middle. Then we're gonna mix some sugar and cinnamon and cover the apple slices with it. And then we're gonna cut puff pastry into stripes and wrap them around the apple slices. When you're done with that, you're gonna mix an egg and milk and put it on top of the puff pastry. It's better using a brush, but I didn't have one. So this was a little bit more difficult, but it still worked. And in the end, you're going to sprinkle some more sugar and cinnamon on top of the donuts and then put them in the oven and bake them for about 25 minutes at 180 degrees. And then you're done. The next thing we're gonna make are apple roses. You basically need the same ingredients that we just used for the apple donuts. And you're gonna start by cutting an apple into thin slices and make sure they're really thin, thinner than I did them in the video, because you need to fold them. Then you're gonna divide the puff pastry into stripes and layer the apple slices on top of the puff pastry so that they're slightly overlapping. And then mix some sugar and cinnamon and sprinkle it on top of the puff pastry and the apples. Then flip the lower part of the puff pastry on top of the other part with the apples. And then you're gonna roll it like this, and this is also the reason why I said you need to make the apple slices really thin, because the first few times it didn't work because the slices were too thick. And another tip I have is to put the apple slices in the microwave for a few seconds before doing this, so that they're a little bit softer and you can roll them more easily. But then after some failed roses, they finally turned out the way I wanted. So when I was done, I did the same thing as I did with the apple donuts and the egg. And then I put the roses in the oven for 25 minutes and 180 degrees again. After they were done baking, I added some powdered sugar, and then they were done and they looked so cute and were also really delicious. And you can also add some jam to the apple rose before folding it and rolling it, so you just put it on the apples and the puff pastry, and it gives it some extra taste. The next thing is pretty basic, but I actually never made cinnamon rolls in my life. So of course I had to try them, and one of my flatmates helped me make them. We're gonna start by putting milk, yeast, sugar and sour cream into a bowl and mix it, and then let it sit for 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes are over, you're gonna add butter and flour and then hand mix it for about a minute.
There will be nothing to get over if I just let it slip away.
After that, you're gonna cover it with plastic wrap and then let it rest for an hour. After 1 hour, put the dough on a floured surface and then add your flour and baking powder and knead the dough for 10 minutes. And we had some issues with that part because for some reason it just didn't stick together, but in the end it still worked. And then you're gonna roll out the dough and mix some butter, sugar and cinnamon for the filling and spread it on the dough. And then roll the dough up and cut it into pieces. Then you're gonna put them in a baking dish and let them rest there for 15 minutes. And I think we skipped that part because we probably just forgot. And immediately put them in the oven and let them bake for 35 minutes at 160 degrees.
What if we've been as good as we get? So I guess I'll try. I can never hold down, but it was a close one.
At first the oven was too hot, so they turned out a little dry, but they were still delicious. And for the icing, we mixed some cream cheese and powdered sugar.
It was a close one, so I guess I'll try. Yet another close call from my eyes.
And that's it for today's little baking video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to see you in my next video, and I hope you have fun baking. Bye!
At the end of the day, you know, when you're dying, you're not going to go like, oh, thank God I was thin. You're going to go like, oh, I loved eating those, you know, whatever you loved eating. It's about being alive and sensuality and experiencing things.